In the game. It's in the game.
It's the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears.
And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Chicago. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick, and you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you could...
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's the way. That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack while the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that could create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That's caught for the first. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Chicago first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First and 10 from the 41. Now Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Staying grounded with Swift. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the run, but a tough spot upcoming. We've got 3rd and 12.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, here's Williams. Setting up the screen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
Second down now, 7 to go. They'll stick with A-Chain. He's contained at the line for no gain. Now it was Montez Sweat who took him down. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
They put a receiver in motion here left. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted, it's gonna be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be Bears football. 1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Working from the gun, Williams. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling, but not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And he's brought down for a loss. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Taken in by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think a yard or 2 short of the 20 here.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Tua now from the gun. It is caught left side. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. His work begins at the 31, and he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. Williams on the play action. Completed here to Komet. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Got Everett, and it's complete. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They send a tight end in motion. On 3rd down, here's Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
First and 10 from the 41. Williams from the gun. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To throw, Williams.
This is one of those plays, Kate. I could just hear defensive buzzwords. Pursue, effort, run him down. Just a total effort defensively to knock that running back right out of bounds and put a negative yardage mark on the stat sheet.
Williams with 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
4th down punt upcoming. Here's Torrey Taylor to put his leg into it. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. Following that incompletion, we see he's pretty shaken up after taking the hit on the throw. They're out to look at him now. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. First throw for the backup now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. To throw, here's Huntley. Setting up the running back screen. And they had that one contained right at the line. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Here's Huntley. On target to Waddle. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now Huntley. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They've got first down from the 31. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Throwing here, Huntley. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. He'll throw it. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the offense gets it back, but of little consequence here. We've reached halftime in this one.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports.
Not too much to show you in terms of scoring plays. In fact, there's nothing to show you. A scoreless tie here at the half. Both of these defenses have been outstanding thus far.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say this has been a defensive slobber knocker through two, right? Maybe some points finally on the horizon as we resume play. This return makes it up to the 25. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the third. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. They motion Waddle over left. They'll start the drive with Achane. He's got to gain a 6 there. Hit made by TJ Edwards. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's a pickup of 9. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here's Huntley to throw. Berrios makes the catch. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 47. Flush down out to his left. He's keeping it. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. 2nd and 13. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, ball at the 36. Huntley looking to throw. On target to his man, Berrios. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, look at this, here he goes. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That one gains 7. And it'll be first down, Miami.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Huntley now to throw. Got his target. It's Hill. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Hit made by TJ Edwards.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front had to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Man in motion out of the slot. From the 21. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Fourth down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Aubrey puts it through. And that kick pushes them into the lead.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Sanders all set to send it away. Tyler Scott now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Going run again with Swift. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He puts some air under this one. Big gain downfield. And they bring him down around the 34. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. First down, here's Swift. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Williams to throw on first. Dumped off to his running back. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 3 now. Here he goes on the bootleg. He's got a man left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal. Working from the gun, Williams. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference.
They ain't on our side.
Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. Now here's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on second and goal. Again, it's going to be Swift. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for third down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a third and short.
They'll try to run with Swift. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bears take a fourth quarter lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Eskridge on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. First and 10 now from the 30. Tua out of the pistol. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Dolphins needing 4 points. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. First down, here's Tua. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Setting up to pass. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. He'll look to throw it. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
To throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Throwing now. Escapes out to the left. And he hits the deck after setting him up with 1st and goal. 2 yards on the pickup. And now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown. 1st and goal coming up.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Here he is to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. There's the timeout. One of the last times they could afford to take a sack, and now they're down to maybe their final snap. Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Putting a receiver in motion. Back to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. One final shot here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Bears winners, as we say so long from Chicago.